Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year to you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to 2026.
Yay!
Colleen Pearl, the cool crone, with a bunch of my crazy friends. And we may have some more crazy people joining us as we go through. And we just decided to have a little get together for New Year's Day. For those of us who are
Yay!
too old and too lame to drink very much. So we're we're actually up and around today and probably a little too cheery for most of you. Um, so, so we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some cards. If you want to put questions in the comments, I will warn you that some of us are not doing political questions, but some of us are. And if you want to put in personal questions, that's fine too. If you want some sort of a world prediction thing or anything, go nuts. Just ask whatever you want. Just realize that we may shift around who's doing the question because not everybody here does political, and that's good.
There you go.
Um, okay, so yeah, it's just us. Um, so let's go around and everybody can just wish you Happy New Year or whatever they want to wish you, and all those good things. Okay, Gerald, hi.
Hello, thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
Happy New Year, everybody. And I say, let's take this year and make it kind,
Mm.
not just to ourselves, but to each other, and fill it full of, here. Fill it full of glimmers because we all need these little bits and these little lights of joy because that's one of the best forms of resistance. Be genuinely happy and spread it around.
Oh, I love that. Oh, what a great message. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm just taking a moment here, smelling my incense, being grateful for being here. I finally found something that smelled like oranges because I really love the smell of oranges. So I'm just smelling that, and it's not my incense. My incense is something else. But I'm very sensitive to smell, and I've decided that this year I'm really going to indulge that. Like I have a lot of different oils and stuff for specific purposes, but then I have oils that just smell good. And I think I'm just going to smell those good smelly oils a lot more this year because I think that's important. So, Marina, hello, my Canadian
Hello.
friend. How are you? Talk, talk, talk. Tell us what's going on.
I am very well, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everyone. I have been looking forward to this day for months and months and months. 2026 is going to be absolutely fabulous. And I can't wait until we get going. I do echo what Gerald said. Be kind, be nice, be happy because it drives them crazy. So if for no other reason, just be happy. Wake up every morning and choose to live in joy. Choose to make good decisions. But this is the year where I think a lot of people are going to encounter their um, their forgotten selves, the power of the forgotten self. So very glad to be here for that. And thank you for inviting me, Colleen.
Oh, yeah, of course, Marina. Of course, I would invite you. Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I see that Sherry has her tiara on.
I'm
Sherry,
wearing my Happy New Year's.
very nice. Very nice. Very nice. And how are you? How was your New Year's? What do you have to say to everybody?
Happy New Year to everybody. I'm doing okay. I go back to work on Monday, so on that. But I have definitely enjoyed my 2 weeks off. I needed to sleep.
Mm.
I've done more of that than anything else. It's just sleep. And uh, other than that, same old. Getting stuff geared up for the new year and uh, working on getting shows together and just not a whole lot has changed. Um, Thinking about some new stuff I might try to throw together. I don't know. It's still playing in my head, so we'll see what happens.
Well, hang on to that idea that things haven't changed because they are going to change.
Oh yeah.
2026 is definitely going to be a year of shift. Not only is it a 1 year for new beginnings, but, and I'm sure Kathy will honor us with a few little tidbits about this, but the astrology on 2026, big old change, big old change. I can't remember what year it was, but do you all remember there was a year a while back where all the planets just like lined up like a traffic jam in the sign of Capricorn? They're doing it again. So, get ready. Lots of stuff's going to change. And Val, so nice to
Yes.
see you. Happy New
Yes.
Year. What's up with you?
I just want to say, I mean, I'm so looking forward to this year, just like Marina was mentioning. We've been looking forward to it from like half a year ago, because what's going to come in is going to be so much change that we've been waiting for. We've been kind of sitting there chilling in the mess going on, but all these fabulous shifts and changes have been coming in with all the energy, but we haven't seen it in an outward way necessarily moving so much as it will in 2026. And it might amp up in some way, just at the very idea that things are shifting, everything is going to amp up. So with that being said, wake up in the morning and breathe in that magic. Imagine everything is this crystalline energy, this beautiful, everything glowing and filled with, sequence or whatever, however you want to envision it. And you're breathing that in. That is you, this infinite possibility, so that every moment is filled with magic, filled with all the synchronicities, that you are waking up and walking into your day in this energy. That's who you are, and embrace everything as a magical, mystical moment, each moment that you're creating. Going forward with that energy, moving through you, moving through your day, you are going to see so many miracles and so many synchronicities, and you're going to align with everything you want to bring in the highest timeline. So that's what I have to say. Thank you, everyone.
Oh, thank you, Val. That's
Perfect.
great. Kathy, my astrological twin sister, how are you and what's going on with you? And Happy New Year to you. And I'm sure I'm going to see you soon, but hi.
Hello, hi. I've been really I've been an honorary Capricorn. And I'd like to start with that. All right. Colleen mentioned that there's a growing cluster of planets in Capricorn. Well, actually, for the next few months, there's this cluster of planets that are just going to move together on the buddy system. First in Capricorn, then a whole bunch in Aquarius, and a whole bunch in Pisces, a whole bunch in Aries, bam, 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 bam. So we're all going to be focusing on specific areas of dealing with existence. The long range for everyone is the rules have disintegrated, so we're all going to stick up our you-know-what to let us just go be who we really are. And what we're doing right now with all the Capricorn, I'm saying, is building the runway that we're going to travel to get out of this wormhole of whatever. We're going to be shot out of it, and things will be so unpremeditated and instantaneous, starting to build at the end of January, but really locking in February, that you're not going to have time to look down at your feet and make sure your shoes are on or that the ground is solid. Do that now. All right. This is clean up your base time, and plan. Maybe you don't know specifically where you're going, but plan the energy of what you want to have. I've been cleaning things up in my house. I do not clean. I actually have reorganized my mailing lists. I'm like, well, who am I? I said this in an accountability group that I'm part of. Like, I'm waking up with project management bullet points in my head. And one of the people in my group said, do you need an exorcism?
Yes. Intervention?
So this is coming for everybody. So if you don't put pressure on yourself right now to make anything happen right now. It's step-by-step energy that we're in. and set your plans, set your benchmarks, set your goals, whatever you want, whatever corp speak you want to use, fine. But we had a taste last summer of what is going to ignite from February through July and then lock into place in August at the end of the year. So there's the long-term picture for you.
Wow. Thank
Cool.
you. That's really great.
May I
Well,
add one more thing?
yeah.
All right. So I'm actually leading a ridiculously inexpensive workshop Wednesday night that will lead everybody through seeing where all of these big things are happening in your individual chart and help you write your own story for the year. I do this with another astrologer named Donna Woodwell, who was the founding editor of Astrology Hub, if anybody remembers that. And we do this every year, and it's like $27. We lead the workshop. You get the video for the whole rest of the year, and then we have a follow-up session for the inevitable, but I don't know how to fill it out questions that we will get.
What kind of questions? What kind of
I don't know how to fill it out.
That's what I thought you said. I blurred out there for a minute.
Yeah. So if you, my website is empowermentunlimited.net, and there is an orange banner across the top that will take you directly to it. So
Nice.
thank you.
Fabulous. So I just want to wish everybody out there just a great 2026. As I said, it's a 1 year. Even if you haven't thought of new things beginning, new shit is going to be beginning and popping off. And as you go through 2026, I just got to say, I have Capricorn rising. So the idea of having these planets line up in Capricorn, I'm like, ooh, goody, it's going to be fun for me. And then as they move into Aquarius, that's my money house. As they go into Pisces, that's my thinking and ideas and communication house. And for me, that just leaves me all a Twitter. I am just like, yay, this is a great way to start the year. But I do remember a few years ago when we had that big old lineup in Capricorn, I had been going through some very tough stuff. And at that time, when all the Capricorn stuff came in, it began to clear up and it began to get straightened out. And I began to be able to really plan how I was going to go forward, which maybe that's what I need to be now. I don't know. But Capricorn is one of those signs that as you get older, you feel like you get younger. And I am so happy that I am the age that I am. I'm just so happy because I've been on the planet long enough to be lazy about things and to allow myself to just go, that's not that important. I'm not going to worry about that. Or, I don't care what they're talking about. You know what? It doesn't really bother me. I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. So I'm very happy to be lazy and old. I think that's a really great attitude for 2026. No, I'm kidding. You shouldn't be lazy, but whatever. 2026. For some reason, I'm looking forward to it. And I don't know why, because there's so many things up in the air in my life. And there's so many things that I probably should be making decisions about. And I'm just going to see what happens, just going to let it kind of play out. So what I'd like to do first is I'd like for us to just do a little read for the people who are here. So those of you wonderful people who are already here and in the chat or just watching or whatever, we're going to do a little reading, each of us, that's just for you. Okay? So I'll give everybody just a few minutes. And if you can please mute yourself if you're going to be shuffling cards. And Kathy, if you just want to take off on an astrological thing and don't even want to use cards, you go bananas, honey. You do what you need to do. Okay. So I'm going to just mute myself for a little bit. And
I'm ready if you want me to be.
Yeah, go. That's great.
I do want to tell people, for those of you who don't know me, thanks for being here. I've also decided that 2026 is going to be a year that I am caffeinated and unfiltered in almost every single reading that I do. I'll be blunt, but I will be very supportive with it. So that being said, I'm pulling a couple of cards. The first card that I have for you is the Eight of Swords, everybody. Guess what? We're really examining stuff. We're really identifying, and as Kathy so astutely said, clear the pathway, get rid of the stuff that isn't there. This also includes the idea that Some of the stuff you think is in your way is your imagination. Get out of your own way. Take the blindfold off. Really, really go, okay, this is what's real. This isn't what's real. I'm going to deal with what's real, and I'm going to move through it, because there's a lot of empowerment with that. And that really lines up to the idea of a 10-1 year. We've completed with this. We're living with what we've created, and now we're starting something new. Now, that being said, here's the support part. Protect yourself. Have fun, but be safe about it. What's that mean? What does protecting yourself mean to you? Do you do full-blown rituals? Great. Do you check yourself in the mirror before you go out? Great. Everything in between. Do something consciously that gives you the ability to understand you are protecting yourself. So there you go, kids.
Fabulous.
Thank you.
Great, Gerald. Thank you.
Fabulous.
Who would like to go next?
I've got cards.
Great.
So I went to the personal predictions, and it worked out actually very, very, very well. And I'll tell you the cards, or I'll show you the cards that I got, and then I'll explain it. Okay. Lost sleep and fatigue. Completing a cycle. Changes coming. And fix the problem. So, yeah, if you have been feeling that you're kind of detached, you're, the brain fog and things are coming in, this is a good sign. We're getting out of that. We are at the end of a cycle that we have all had to go through, and it's necessary that we went through it. And the reason that we had to go through it is because we need to identify change. We need to see where the cracks in the foundation are, where we're spending money in our homes, and we're fixing things that maybe instead of just putting extra putty around the window, you need to replace the window. You need to identify what it is. So change is coming. We're going to know how to move forward. We're all going to be guided on how to move forward. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. And yes, do what makes you happy. Do not swim upstream. You'll get tired. So go with the flow.
Great advice, Marina. Like I always tell my daughters, nobody ever goes to their grave and looks at the headstone and goes, gee, I'm glad I worked a lot of overtime.
Yes.
Exactly.
That is not the message you want to leave behind.
Exactly.
Wow.
Especially when that overtime may have led you to the grave.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mary, you ready? Or
Right.
Val?
I'm ready.
Okay, we'll go with Val. And then
Okay, go ahead, Val. Yeah, I'll go last.
All right. So there is a little bit of we'll just call it a reminder that the story happening outside of your vehicle, this avatar we are in, is not you. And to not be in the deception of buying into the chaos, drama, and turmoil that will be around you in the world. Don't buy into it as part of your reality. Realize that you are a divine source being projecting down into your vehicle for this earth school experience, and that it is not you. So that deception, that inner deception that you can have sometimes when you go into the chaos and you buy into the drama, pull yourself back out and stay in that observer mode and realize that is not you. There will be opportunities. Leap. Don't hold back. These are growth and expansion opportunities coming for you. Do it now. Don't wait. Jump in with both feet. You are clearing all kinds of old stories. You are releasing past lives or collapsing concurrent timelines. Freedom to be in that core of who you are. Energetic shifts, new information is coming. It is the end of a cycle as this new year begins. There is going to be a lot of laying the foundations, base chakra, strength, security. This is what we're doing for this. We're laying our foundation. Change is inevitable. The release of holding on to the story, the release of who you think you are. Hold on, you haven't seen anything yet. Just detach from everything. That's a big message coming through. Let all this flow, just like Marina said, just let it flow. You're going to experience a whole new you in 2026. Let yourself, let all of the parts of you that are illusion peel off, because underneath or there in front of you is this sparkly, beautiful light being. That's who you are. Nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing. You're perfect just like you are. The rest is illusion in the story. So, Happy New Year, everyone.
Nice. Oh, I love that, Val. That's really,
Thank
really
you.
nice.
Fabulous.
All right. So, Sherry, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I did a couple of personal, and then I pulled a couple to kind of touch on political, but not real deep. Just a couple of cards.
Okay.
The first thing I got was discontent and loss. I think this is what we're coming out of from 2025. A lot of people have been very discontented. A lot of people have lost a lot in their lives, whether it's jobs or money or respect or dignity. It just kind of goes all the way across the spectrum. Just a lot of people feeling a lot of loss. And I think that's where we as intuitives and empaths and light workers and whatnot, that's where we come in so strongly to just kind of be that light to help them get past that loss and to move forward, because it's real easy to get stuck and not get out of that loop. And then I got the Rainbow Prince, which talks about compensation and perseverance. So I think this is just a little reminder Spirit is giving us that we need to persevere to what has been leading up to this point. And so with that, we're being shown the rainbow, that there's hope. That's kind of, if you want to look at it from a spiritual and not a environmental perspective, that's a sign of hope for people, is seeing the rainbow. So I think that's really important that we see. And then to touch on the political, and when I drew these two cards, I was like, okay, what exactly do you want to say? And the first thing I got was harmful exposure, toxin or virus. I think we need to be very careful going into this new year to protect ourselves of another possible outbreak. I know I've gotten that in predictive readings. I know other people have gotten that. So I think just a little few precautions you can take. Wear a mask when you go in public. Wash your hands when you get home. Just the simple things. Protect yourself. There you go. Exactly as Gerald had shown. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then I got no. Don't be afraid to use that word. It's a complete sentence in and of itself. No, period. End of discussion. Don't be afraid to say it. Don't be afraid to mean it. You don't have to jump onto every bandwagon you're invited to. You are allowed to say no. And that's what I got. Hold on to your sparklies.
That's very, very, very nice, Sherry. Thank you. That was beautiful. Thank you for covering all of those things. That was great. Kathy, what do you want to say to folks?
I've got two things here. First, I pulled three cards out of the Wonderland Tarot, a Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland. I was born on Lewis Carroll's birthday, so I have like an entire Lewis Carroll collection within reach. So I pulled three cards. The first one is the Lovers, which is Tweedledum and Tweedledee in this deck. Actually, the overview is there are a couple of cards, a couple of influences of collaboration and cooperation and emotional connecting, and then one about I don't know if karmic payback is quite the right, but being very mindful of what you're of the reciprocity between you and other people. So Tweedledum and Tweedledee as the Lovers puts kind of a ridiculous spin on the notion of choices or harmony or who you're getting along with. We are in a situation where it seems like there is bizarre angelic protection of doofuses. Okay, it's just there, but more interestingly, this card, the middle card is the Two of Hearts, which has the King and Queen of Hearts together. This is the union of divine masculine, divine feminine, unity within yourself, both parts of yourself working together, which is actually happening right now with the planet Venus ruling what we desire and the planet Mars ruling how we go after what we want, traveling together. So there's an inner harmony in people. There may be idiots out in the world. There's an inner harmony within you, and you probably are going to have some connections in your own life that are really important. And the final card in this one is a little strange. It's the equivalent of the Six of Pentacles. Alice has this huge chocolate cake and a bunch of little critters looking up like, give me a piece. So you get to decide how you're going to dole out what you have. You don't have to give everything to everybody. And you may get, I often see with the Six of Pentacles, that you get payback just for being a good person. It's like you've been paying into the karma bank somewhere and credits come your way because of it. So this one, these three cards more emphasize the interaction with fellow humans. But if I may, I would like to mention something I pulled before we went live that I sent Colleen. I did using the predictions deck. I just pulled three cards for the month of January, and Rescue Revived. I think this speaks to Jack Smith and more. Sighting Disclosure, so more information coming out. Yeah, it's got the alien on it, but I don't think this is about aliens. I think it's about more and more and more information coming out, and specifically having to do with foreign occupation, the fact that another government basically bought our government. So that's what I see happening in January. Be on the lookout for that. I've been seeing that one coming for quite a while.
Wow. Wow, very interesting stuff from all of you. I also think there's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a pandemic like the COVID pandemic, but I also feel that there's something pretty insidious coming that we're all going to have to protect ourselves against. So I think that's a really good thing to keep in mind. And something other than, I don't know, invading a foreign country, just to distract you from that, that'd be a better thing to think about. Well, I pulled some cards from an oracle deck called the Divine Masters. So I wanted to look at things in a little bit different vein. So I know that there are people watching right now who will really resonate with this, and some of you might be going, what's she talking about? But that's okay, because again, sorry, but don't care. All right, so so the first card that I got was Saint Germain, the Violet Flame. So alchemy is going to be really important for a lot of you in 2026. And by alchemy, I mean you yourself are transmuting. You yourself are changing. And if you feel like, yeah, there's changes kind of right in front of me, I can almost touch them, I can almost see what's going to be happening to me, maybe this little tip will sort of put you through the looking glass so that you can go to the other side. The world of duality has been cracked, shattered, is almost falling apart. And by duality, that's the idea that if someone wins, you lose. If there's a black, there's a white. If there's something bigger, there's a smaller. That's not necessarily true. And as you probably have witnessed, if you're an adult on the planet Earth, there are many shades of gray in every area on this planet. So you can have your gifts, your abilities at whatever focus you have them, and it does not make any difference what the person next to you has. You're still really important. Those gifts are super important because, like I said, duality is shattering. And there are so many people who are just taking little baby steps, walking up to the line of waking up, enlightenment, going higher, raising their vibration. There's so many people who are just on that precipice, and they need you. They need you to help them. They need you to hold their hand and help them walk through this world until they kind of get the feeling of how they're going to do it for themselves. For some people, this may scare the crap out of them. All those people who, when they were kids, just shut down all of their gifts. And now all of a sudden, with duality shattering and with the world changing, all of a sudden they're hearing voices, or they're having visions, or their dreams are coming true, or all of a sudden they know when people are going to die or something. It just scares them to death. And they need you. They need you to help them know that it's okay and that they can manage this. So those of you who are like, yeah, well, I'm not like those people, those really good people who are on YouTube. I can't really do that. Bullshit. You can do it. You can do it. And it's kind of your job now to do it. You kind of need to step into service. You'll feel better. All those little aches and pains, those little illnesses that you've had in 2025, guess what? They'll probably clear up if you just start being of service and stop focusing on them. Because you're going to be doing flow things. You're going to be using and moving your energy in a very healthy way. I'm not guaranteeing that, so please, I'm just on YouTube. I'm a tarot reader on YouTube, so let's not get too carried away with all of this stuff. But Saint Germain is saying this transmutation, this alchemical change that is about to happen for probably most of you that are listening to this, maybe all of you, is really important. And the world needs it. It isn't just, oh, isn't that cool? I'm going to be psychic now. It isn't that. It is that the world needs this. So you have a job to do. Go be of service. The next card that I got is Horus. Horus is representing manifestation. And I know a lot of people come into, yes, I'm on a spiritual journey and I'm going to manifest all this stuff. Not really the same thing. Manifesting is about getting things, right? If you can master manifestation, you can use that same discipline actually to be of service and to help other people and to grow your gifts. The reason you would grow your gifts, I think, is to be of service to others. Now, you don't have to do that. That's just Colleen saying, in an ideal world, people would use their gifts to help other people, right? So Horus is the idea that belief makes manifest. Belief makes manifest. You can manifest yourself into a different life. You can design your life. That's Horus. So look up Horus. That's important. And the last card that I got is Jesus. Now, people don't think of Jesus as anything but the, picture that we see on, I don't know. I don't go to churches, so I don't know what goes on in churches. But anyway, they have that image of the blue-eyed guy that's painted all the time in Renaissance paintings. And probably that's not really what he looked like. But you know what? It doesn't matter what he looks like. It doesn't even matter that he's named Jesus. It doesn't matter. It's his energy, his beautiful, beautiful energy. You know what's a great image for Jesus is that heart image of the flame coming out of the heart. That's a great image. That kind of combines all three of these. It's transmutation, it's opening the heart and being vulnerable, but it's also service. And Jesus is a lot about service. So I just want to put out there to everybody that you have a role to play in all of this. And when you begin to accept your role and shed the idea of duality and that anybody else's anything has any control over what you do in your life, I think that you can step through the looking glass, be on the other side of yourself, open your third eye, open your crown chakra, and begin to receive messages that the world needs. Because we need you. We need all of you to do this. And as Val said, you are perfect just the way you are. Your spiritual journey, you're in just the right place for your spiritual journey, for your journey in life in general. You're in just the right place right now, right at this moment. Now, go forward and expand that. And don't be afraid. 2026 is going to be great. Okay, that's what I have to say. My little soapbox.
Okay, that was fantastic.
Love it.
All right. So now let's take a look at some of the starred things and do some questions for people. And we're not going to use the spinny tool. We're just going to go ahead because there's not that many in the starred thing right now. Just people will kind of, can you guys all see my guests online? You can all see the starred questions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, okay, let's just go in order. Whoever would like to take that first one, just go ahead. And if we need to play music while you get ready for it, we can do that. Or if somebody's just ready for one of them. I'm just going to make sure that all of these are ones that we really want to answer.
I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do this one. I'm going to take this one out.
I know which one it is.
The one I took out?
I have a feeling I know.
Yeah.
Yep, it's gone.
Okay. Oh, there's one at the end, Kathy, that's asking for, kind of astrology. Scorpio sun sign here. What could you tell me? But,
well, it depends. Really, Scorpio isn't going to get hit directly by a lot of stuff. If you're early Scorpio, Pluto in Aquarius has been for 2 years, pushing at you to evolve, and there's kind of a resistance is futile vibe to it. But most of what else is going to happen this year is it will activate you if it's hitting other things in your chart. In other words, you've been through it and you've had a lot of things going on that have caused you to revisit a bunch. After the end of April, you may feel like, oh God, I'm glad that's over. And then in July for a year, you'll have something saying, live bigger, time to live bigger, maybe show people who you really are, which scares some Scorpios.
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
really nice.
Okay.
I'll take Aaron Calzada because he just wants a card. I can do that.
You're just, wait a minute. You're only going to do a card, Val?
No, I can't do that.
I was just like, I don't like this new year so far. If that's all you're doing.
It's not going to happen. So what's happening, Aaron, is you're being asked to open and receive. So all of these frequencies and energies coming in and opportunities are coming in for you this year. And there's some kind of manipulation by, let's just say outside of in the 3D, that just as Colleen mentioned, the dialectic thinking, the yin yang, right, wrong, good, bad. So all of that is coming in to manipulate you in some way as you watch these things and think they're real, whether they're on YouTube or in the news. This can distort your perspective. So they're asking you to shift your focus and make sure it's inward and on what your soul is telling you, what your soul is prompting you to bring forward in your life. That is what is your divine plan path. So you're breaking free from that trapped feeling of being manipulated by what is going on in the outside world, because you really stay tapped in to your inner self. This is what they're asking you to do. There's going to be more information and knowledge coming out from this connection for you. Meditate, walk in, hug trees, walk outside in the grass in a forest, whatever you want to do to be in that meditative state where you get out of your head. Getting organized and prepared, because you're going to be asked to do the work, and the reward is in the effort. And it isn't even effort. It's a sweet spot where you touch that your soul and you expand your consciousness. You are going to, when you shift your focus, there's going to be a feeling of cleansing your body, mind, and spirit. It's just going to feel like you've just taken a sonic bath for your energy. So this is going to set the tone for going forward, and all of your clairs opening up in a greater way. This is happening for you, and it really is true. Just like Colleen mentioned, we're here to serve. Service is what our heart is calling us to do, and you wouldn't be here in this audience if you were not hearing that call. Also, no matter what, enjoy everything. Have fun. Make everything joyful for yourself, or just experience it as joy, no matter what shows up, because you know you created it. It's coming forward, designed by you, your higher self, your soul. There's a reason for everything and a divine purpose. So congratulations, Erin. Happy New Year.
Well, that was a hell of a one-card reading.
Yes, yeah.
Wow. Wow. Hey, Erin, I think you owe Val some money. Jesus Christ, that was big. God damn.
I mean, she's like a total overachiever. It's like,
Yeah.
thanks, Val. We have to follow that.
I know.
That's what we love about Val. She always overachieves.
Hey.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, well, I'm going to be the piggy host, and I'm going to claim the one that I want to read on. So I'd like to do, and I guess I'll just put it up on the screen. So I'm going to do Dibs BK is Disclosure of Aliens and Extra Dimensionals Moving Closer. It's already here. I mean, I'm not saying that 3i Atlas is hosting Galactics, but it certainly seems that there's a what's that word? There's a sentience directing it. So it's already here. And there's so many, I mean, in other countries, they don't have this big old cover up going on. They may be holding back certain informations just because there's just so much that they do know that they're maybe a little, maybe they think the public's just not ready for it, but they're not holding it back entirely. It's just this country that is really weird about it. Like so many things. Like, why do we have a vaccine denier in charge of our health system? Like, there's just so many goofy things that we have going on right now. But we've had this idea in our country for many, many years that this was not something that the public should be exposed to. There will be controversy about the full disclosure, and I don't think it's going to be like a big program full disclosure. I don't think that's happening. I think it's been this slow seeping into the consciousness. Like, do you remember was it the movie with Contact, I think? Did anybody remember that movie with the big huge pods that came in it? I mean, I think that, you know, a lot of things are already subconsciously or psychically or telepathically or something being fed to our artists and directors of movies especially. But now that so much is online and not as many people are going to movie theaters, they're finding other ways to disclose this information. Platforms like YouTube being one of them. I think it's pretty obvious that there's other life forms that we're going to be contending with. And I think the illumination of the idea that we are all connected to various star systems, at least in past lives, I think is another way that the galactics themselves have sort of flipped on the switch to say, yeah, there's us, there's you, there's all these other star systems. So get hip. We're here. We're with you. This is not also the advances in science and medical science in particular that has been informed by information from the galactics. I don't think that this is a secret except in the United States. I think the rest of the world is kind of going, yeah, CRISPR technology, sure, that came from the galactics, of course. I don't know if they call them galactics, they might call them ETs or extraterrestrials or whatever. But I mean, I think when it really changed was when they started to call them UAPs. I think that's when they were like, well, we can't hold this back anymore. We need another term. We'll let other people keep saying UFOs, but we're going to call it UAPs, but we're going to get all this other information going. But that's just my opinion. That's nothing psychic. So I think that over 2026, I think there may be a lot more gentle exposure that comes about. I think there'll be more information exposed that shows that I can't even say we are not alone. That's such a dumb phrase now because it's just we're so past that. We're just
Never
so
have
past
been.
that. But I do think that there will be more information that people get from other countries and then expose it here and put it on platforms here that kind of blurt it out. And I think that it will be welcome information. And I think then you're going to have a lot of people in the United States in particular who go, oh, yeah, I knew that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been doing that all along. Yeah, I got all that. So first there's going to be all these secrets. And then once it's like fully out there, people are going to be claiming that all along they have been promoting this when you tried, boob, but you didn't really do it. So, that's what I say. So, yeah, lots of stuff is going to be, it's here. It's already here. It's already here. And what I would say, if you are interested in this, Dibs BK, I would say that you, in whatever devotions that you practice, I think that you should set your intention to connect to, you call them aliens, I call them galactics, extra dimensionals. That's another way of looking at them too. And that may be different types of beings. I mean, we're not quite clear yet what all the vernacular is going to be and what they are, but I think that you could put out your intention that you want to connect with them or that you just want to learn more about them. And then things will start coming to you. You'll meet people, you'll see articles, you'll get books, you'll see different videos and stuff about that, and you'll get more information. Because I think asking that question shows an interest. And if you're that interested, go out and grab it. Go out and grab that information. It's there for you. All right.
I got one I can read on.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
The impact of the monks walk for peace. These are Buddhist monks that are here. I don't know if they all live in the U.S. or if some of them came to the U.S. The article wasn't really clear about that, but they're here on a protest walk about trying to instill peace throughout not just the country, but the world in general. So their whole point is they're walking to promote peace and peaceful solutions for the problems that everyone is facing right now. And they seem to be getting a lot of support. Currently, they're in North Carolina. So I found that kind of intriguing because in this country alone, a lot of people get real nervous if it's any kind of religious or belief system that's not Judeo-Christian beliefs. They kind of get a little wigged out, especially down here in the South. They get really wigged out. So anyway, I wanted to look at that. So I pulled some cards. The first thing I got was boundary issues, which is border challenges. So that's part of what they're also looking at, is how to deal with people who are coming across the border that are seeking asylum, seeking refuge. It's not just murderers and rapists that are coming over the border. It's people seriously looking for help. And then I got system collapse unsustainable at the rate we're going right now with the current administration. The center cannot hold, and you if you do enough damage with all of the spokes that support that wheel, the center can't hold and it will collapse in on itself. And I think that's one of the things we need to keep an eye on. And then I got authoritarian response, forced compliance. We're seeing that all over, not just in our country, but we're seeing that starting to happen in some of the other countries around the world as right wing uh, sycophants are taking over certain areas in other countries. So it's something that we're all keeping an eye on at this point. And I think that what the Buddhist monks are trying to do is bring to attention that there is a better way of dealing with all of these issues without having to draw guns or snatch people off the street and send them to some hellhole in another country they've never been to. And then they're there to provide intervention. That's part of their goal, is to give that intervention. They're also hoping to reveal corruption. That's another one of their goals, is trying to point out where the system has failed and why it has failed. Because when you're dealing with people who are trying to promote peace and peaceful solutions, those that aren't doing that tend to get more violent because it scares them for people to be promoting peaceful solutions. And the last card I got was improved situation. So this is telling me that part of what they're doing is going to help improve some of the situations that they're protesting about. It's just going to take a little time, like anything. Um, I mean, I had to look them up. I hadn't even heard about it in the news. I had to do a quick read on it just to see who they were and why were they walking. I had no clue, and so it was really quite interesting, and something that I think a lot of people, especially from our community, would really get behind, because their whole message is promote peace and peaceful solutions. And I think that's what we need across the country. If we can get to that point, that's going to make a big difference in everything.
Cool. Cool.
And if I can, if I can go after Sherry, because this kind of goes in with it, and that is Edward Kenneth question about peace in Ukraine. Will there, do you see Ukraine winning the war this year? It's not so much a question of winning the war as much as it's a question of the hostilities will end. Absolutely. And there is a reason that the hostilities will end. The first card that I got out was peace treaty. So yes, there definitely will be a peace treaty. And why? Because what is happening right now is not sustainable. You can't keep throwing bodies at a situation and hoping that sooner or later the other side is going to give up. We have to recognize that what Putin is doing, and the whole reason for him being in the Ukraine, is to fulfill his own sense of mastery over the world. He wants the old Russia back, and that's something that is not going to happen. He's never going to do that. This is, there's been kind of an unwavering stance on, to some extent, on both sides, in that Putin wants the old Russia back. The rest of the world is saying, no, No, the old Russia, there's a reason that that it collapsed. There's a reason that it fell. So people are, and especially those people around Putin at the moment, are the oligarchs are tired of the misuse of funds. They, initially they were okay with going into Ukraine because it filled their coffers. It's not doing that anymore. Now it is causing problems in their bottom line. So that makes it, yeah, not sustainable. I have a feeling that we are going to be fairly soon going to be seeing a regime change in Russia. And whether or not that is the oligarchs deciding that Putin is no longer speaking for them, or whether we're going to hear that, oh, the most tragic thing happened. Putin had an accident and he's no longer with us. He's transitioned to the other side. The people that
He fell out of a first floor window.
Yes, he did. Yeah. So they're the people around him are they're briefed in command. They know what it is that they want going forward. So they certainly want that the end to the hostilities. And there is an internal struggle happening within Russia right now between Putin and his supporters who want things to continue, and the oligarchs who are saying, we're not supporting this anymore. We're not giving you any more money. We're not extending you any more credit. So that in itself is going to force that peace treaty. So is it going to be a case of, is the Ukraine going to win? It's not a matter of winning or losing. The Ukraine has got a lot more support and assistance from the countries that surround the area. So people are tired of the fighting. They're tired of losing their sons and their daughters and their husbands and their brothers and so on. So in that way, yes, I think that, and for some reason I'm getting March, that by March there is going to be that change, and we are going to have some sort of a peace treaty, and whether or not that follows the news of Putin's demise, or whether or not he has been taken out. In either case, I don't see him being around for much longer. And then there's going to be change, and that's when we're going to have that peace treaty. So, and how does that go along with the what Sherry was talking about in terms of, what the monks are doing? Whenever we gather as a community and we set a particular intention, and we are all on board with that intention, the peace, the love, light, compassion, unity. When we put it out into the universe, it grows exponentially. So that is where those things are going to come from. I do think that there is going to be change. Yeah, I know it's not the same song, but anyway, it works. So yes, that's the short answer. Yes.
Wow.
May I elaborate?
Please,
Yes.
go right
I have
ahead.
some astrological confirmation for a piece of your information, Marina.
Okay.
So the planet of structure, Saturn, is meeting the planet that dissolves structure, Neptune, on February 20th at a point on the world axis at 0 Aries, which has not happened at that particular spot during all of recorded history. However, Saturn and Neptune meet every 36 years or so, and Saturn-Neptune conjunctions are gear shift moments in Russian history. The Russian Revolution happened under it. Putin was born under one of it. The Berlin Wall fell under one of it, and the Soviet Union in the next year crumbled. So they're on target for a complete restructuring of their government.
Yeah.
Wow, fabulous.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. That's good.
That'd be great.
Now,
Yeah.
I have several things that I have to say for Marina before we go on here. First of all, I have to give Marina a huge apology. When we started out the show and I had these cute little lights across the top, this 2024 ball was sitting over her tile, and I thought, oh, she's got the wrong year up in her show. And let me just take down this comments here. So you see, when I make the picture bigger, the 2024 looks like it's in her tile, and it's not. It's my little overlay. Now, in my defense, I downloaded this overlay from StreamYard just before Christmas. So it should say 2026, not 2024 or 2025. So, but my bad for not noticing when I first came on that it was the wrong year. So real quick, I'm just going to switch that to something else. We're just going to make it, I like this one, I think. Okay, we're just going to switch. Or maybe which one? You like the lights? Or is that too much?
It's a lot.
How about this one? Is it better?
Yeah.
Or what about this one? No, this one. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're going to go with that and forget, because I don't want people to watch the show and think, oh, this is a year old. This is or 2 years old. So anyway.
And if that was the case, I could say, let me tell you about 2025.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say that I failed to say is we had a super chat that came in. And I probably can. Oh, I can find it now. It's from Acadian Proud, and I just want to say thank you very, very much for that. I really appreciate it. And she made a comment about intention. You're talking about what to do with blah, 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 blah. Okay. So thank you so much for that. Can you take it down now, Sherry? Thanks. Oh, and another one from Dina. Oh, thank you, Dina. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, thanks so much. Okay, so the super chats in plural, and the mention about the intention and the overlay. And the other thing I wanted to say is, Marina, when you were talking about Putin and you had like a little tickle in your throat, do you think maybe that is part of him, what is going on with him?
Yes, I think that he is unable to verbalize what he wants, whether he has had a stroke or something along those lines. The energy around him is very, very angry that it's like the police are at the door. You know you're going to be arrested. There's no place for you to run. There's nothing that you can do. And so, you react out of that primal fear that someone is going to get you. So I don't think that he's able to verbalize what it is exactly that he wants. Mm-hmm. I think he knows his days are numbered if he hasn't already transitioned. It's he's very difficult to get close to because there's, he's got a lot of boundaries and protections, whatever around him that,
Yeah. People, what are the ones got people who stare at goats, men who stare at goats or something? Mm-hmm. There's, he's mastered this many decades ago, so he's not going to let anybody see. And I just don't know if he's in the living, not in the living. I don't know. I just don't know. But I do agree with you that if he is within the living, I don't think he can verbalize anymore. And I think that's a big problem. Um, so I just wanted to bring that up because I just thought, that was interesting that when you were talking and having trouble, I was like, that's because he's having trouble. So I just wanted to point that out. All right. So
Can I quickly add something about your 2024 Christmas ball?
Yeah.
If anybody was looking and listening to us and saw 2024, they would be thinking, wow, we're still talking about the same thing.
Gee.
Good point. Good point. That's very
It just
funny.
ran across my brain. I thought, okay, I got to put that out there.
Yes.
Yep. 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 Okay. All right. So, who else? Gerald, I don't think that you've read. Did you pick out something to read about?
I had Beach Addict wanted a tarot reading, please and thank you, and that was like at 22 after. And I specifically wanted to do this because after I pulled the cards, I think it's very appropriate for everyone. And so it is really important for all of us to feel all of our emotions deeply. Do not discount them. I have the Queen of Cups. She is about emotions. Oftentimes she hides those emotions. Do not hide your emotions anymore. It's not serving our purpose. Many of us have talked here about the importance of showing up, spreading, being in the light, doing different things and helping each other. Because what's important is when we experience all of our emotions deeply, all emotions are good. Doesn't matter if they're joyful or sad or whatever. Feel them deeply, because what it does is it's the Three of Wands. It helps us draw what we want to us. Do not discount the emotions. There's a whole lot of power in righteous vengeance. Excuse me. Yes, righteous anger. Sorry, righteous vengeance. That was a slip. And because when you experience your emotions, they flow through you, they flow out. Because right now we really, really need people to start showing up, doing the difficult things. And I think what's really important is this gives us the opportunity to see things differently, allowing our emotions flow through us. It's like good gut health. We need everything to move appropriately. Okay. For entertainment purposes only. I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on YouTube. But when things flow as they should, the body is healthier. If you have a tough emotion, feel it, experience it, invite it in for a cup of tea, sit it down, give it that cup of tea, say, what do you got to tell me? And then when that cup of tea is gone or it's cold, escort that emotion out the door and lock it behind. Just don't hold space for that, because we have so much we can do with the power of our emotions. Start using it to draw in and to really help us plan and to draw in those things that we want. So, and I also pulled this. Don't judge yourself for how you feel. Just feel the feelings. Emotions are messengers. What do yours have to say? And I did that card, and then I pulled this just before I started the reading. Emotions are important. Honor them. Listen to them. So, thank you.
They can make or break the argument in a moment.
Nice, Gerald.
Yes.
Nice. Very nice. Very good message. Okay, well, we have a few more starred messages. Shall we start over? I took a few of them out. Either we already answered them or I didn't think that we needed to answer them. But now the top questioner in the starred questions, we already did one of theirs, so we'll probably hold that question for after we do some other people. But if you guys all want to pick another question to read on, that would be great.
Okay. Oh,
I'll take Swan Lake playing on Doomsday Radio.
yes.
I think we all like it. You go right ahead and
everyone join in. What I have read is
Ooh.
that it's possible that that there's hacking. That someone has hacked into that radio station. So what's going on with Swan Lake playing on Doomsday Radio? And I'm using the predictions deck, and the first one is moon. No, unclear. Well, we've got a full moon coming up, so we may not know for a while. And the full moon, by the way, has a lot to do with emotion. The full moon is in Cancer. It's at 13 degrees Cancer, mommy moon, I call it. So who knows what this means? I mean, why this is happening? I don't think we're going to get a clear answer about it. All for money. I think somebody's hacked it and they're like ransoming, getting it off. I do not think it's a message that Putin has died. Some people are thinking that must be what it means. I think there's something going on along the lines of a kidnapping, basically. Oh, and battle warship. Okay, now,
yes,
there may be another attack coming out of Russia on another country, which is something it often does when it isn't getting anywhere in one place. And so you might keep your eyes. This is a mixed reading because it seems to indicate something about it is not true. It isn't the normal meaning, but this card falls in line with, well, there might really be something going on. So maybe somebody who has, okay, what I get is somebody who has occult information, the information that is not known to the public, has hacked in and is letting those in power know we're on to you. And they would happily take it off if someone paid them a huge stash of cash. That's what I get, which is kind of weird, but that's what I get.
Kathy, I get a similar feeling with that.
Okay.
And these are some youthful and very naive and enthusiastic esoteric people who are pushing some stuff, and they found a way in and they're just pushing it. So it's like I think it's getting attention as it should. I don't know if it'll pay off, but I got that the occult feel too.
I agree. I think this is, considering the position that Russia is in, this could very easily telegraph a message of, oh, okay, we can all take a deep breath now because chances are he's gone. And so you're not paying attention where you need to pay attention. So it's, that the idea of it being hacked and used for purposes other than what they generally use it for, it rings true. Yeah.
Who's ding-donging?
Oh, that was my phone. Sorry.
Okay. So Doomsday Radio is believed to be Russian military. So if they have been hacked, I think it's just symptomatic of how weak the military in Russia really is right now.
Yes.
And it's just weak. It's super weak. So they're not in control anymore. And what's his face is not in control anymore. But I don't think I'm not sure what's his face is even on this side of the veil. I'm pulling some cards while I tap dance here, making it. Okay, sorry. Okay. So what do I want to know? Or were they hacked? Yeah, they were hacked. It's unlikely, but they were.
Mhm.
And then I think what I want to know is Vlad in the world of the living? For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
May I add something about that hacking that
Yeah.
just popped in?
Yep.
It was an interesting hack because it was done through a remote view. Somebody snuck in and went in a back door and saw something. Somebody had not done their protection, and they got in and they fiddled around. And I'm not sure if that person, if they can figure out who did it for entertainment purposes only, if they will have a job when they discover it.
Yeah.
Because I think each of them have an interesting individual code to be able to get there, and that code's going to lead back. It's going to bounce back.
Okay. I mean, if he is still hanging on, his quality of life cannot be good, because it's been, I think, 2 years since he had that heart thing that they had to revive him from.
Yeah.
And he also suffers from Parkinson's, which is actually a pretty debilitating condition that when you start to go downhill, you go downhill pretty quickly. So 2 years of that, he's got to be just being, it's got to be a lot like Dumpy. I mean, they got to be just keeping him going with, safety pins and bubble gum. I mean, they're just like, they got to be just doing, every trick in the. I mean, Russia supposedly has all these great facilities and everything, but that was 20 years ago that they had all that stuff. They don't have any money. They don't have any people left. They've decimated their population.
Yeah.
And the whole thing about the oligarchs saying, "Oh, we're not giving you any more money." I thought that Putin really controlled them. I thought that they did not really have that much choice, that he had kind of commandeered almost everything and made it the state. Do they have some sort of power? I didn't think they had that much power. I thought there was just that little inner circle at the Kremlin. Does anybody know? Because I don't know.
I think that they do have, don't forget, not all of their power is centered in Russia. These are people who are, they've got interests kind of all over the world. So while, he might be able to dictate certain terms in Russia, what happens, he can't dictate what goes on in the rest of the world. The rest of the world, if the oligarchs were to, let's say, to approach NATO, for an example, entertainment purposes only, what do I know? If they were to approach NATO and say, listen, we've had enough of him, it's time for him to go. So we will support you if you want to come in and do something to get rid of him. We'll let you know where he is, and so on. I think that there's some countries that would listen to that. There's organizations that would listen to that, right?
I
and especially release some of the funds that they're holding that belong to the oligarchs. Yeah.
Another perspective, though, is Putin is a master at strategy, and he got into power, and you notice how there was a time when he had to step down and then a period of time, it was just internal mechanisms to keep him in power, how they do it in Russia. But he is the one in power, allowing the oligarchs to keep their money because the government is giving them bennies and perks and the ability to hang on to their wealth. So it's Putin controlling. He throws them off the roof if they don't cooperate. It's all of that. He has pressure on them and how their business functions, how much business they get, how much perks they get from the government. It is him holding the strings, not the other way around. In the beginning, yes, they helped him get in there, but then he turned, as a master strategist, he turned it around and he manipulated everything. So he holds that power in that way. Just to show you he is known for his strategy from the KGB days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But this is a man who cannot speak. So how is he putting his wishes out there? I think it's his two confidants, Patrushev and Sechin.
Yeah, I think so.
They're really the ones that are pulling the
They
string.
are, and he actually, yeah, you're absolutely right. He Parkinson's, even 2 years of Parkinson's would be
a lot.
Yes, that's a lot. That's a lot. You can
That's
just
bringing you right up to the door of the,
it really is
the shrouded one. I feel that him staying in power really has to do with the relationships that he's built and his whole network of not only spies and counter spies and triple counter spies, but his relationships with other leaders.
Yeah. Well, he's obviously, they have a double.
Yeah, because his double.
They've had this double for a few years.
They seem to be on vitamin shots. I mean, those guys are dancing jigs. And a guy who just had all of these problems and Parkinson's would not be dancing jigs.
No dancing jigs.
Yeah. But I think the biggest sleight of hand is fooling the other world leaders.
Yeah.
I think that's why they go to such extraordinary, because what does it matter what we know? We're no threat, we're no, but and yet they go to great lengths to make this, to put up this charade. I do feel his days are numbered, and I feel when that happens, I don't know what happens.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be quite interesting, to say the least.
Well, and as Kathy was pointing out, at the end of February, we have this planetary alignment that is coincidental many times with huge changes of power in Russia. So, that just, I think I remember doing some astrology videos about those cycles like 3 years ago and thinking, 2026, that's going to be a big thing. Because it's a big thing. It's a
big thing. That astrology itself, you cannot deny the force and the power of these revelations and changes and shifts. You can see it in the astrology. Yeah, it's going to play out in some way.
You can really see it.
Way. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was. Anybody have anything else to say about my friend Vladimir? We chat. We do video chat on the weekends.
Yeah, good.
He's actually, he doesn't speak, but he's really good with just kind of like his hands, just kind of
yes.
Like he'll be like, no, or he's really, you just ask him questions and he can communicate. He's very good. Okay. All right. So let's go on to another starred question. So anybody have any druthers on that?
I'll do the Connie B. Can you give me a reading for my Gramps, mom, or uncles?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I laid some cards out already, and I connected with your mom, Connie B, and a little bit with your Gramps. But your mom is she's pointing to your heart, and she makes me feel the pain that's in your heart. And she's asking you to move your energy and focus on the what you want to bring into your life. Grief is a process. You don't just step out of it, you're in it. But to realize, even though this is how you're feeling right now, to open up, to allow more into your life. And that's really even opening your heart more. Also, she's pointing to something about some kind of self cloudedness, or we'll just call it, you're not seeing the clarity of you in your life and how much beauty you bring to the world. She wants to tell you about and thank you for the thoughtful gestures and things that you do. She didn't show me what they were. Oh, by the way, your grandpa's holding balloons. I don't know why. A bunch of colored balloons, and maybe each one of those is a gift. Red, blue, white, yellow, pink. So also to say that they really are assisting you as spirit guides. They really are. They're helping you. And that everything is intentional and planned, and nothing is an accident. So realize this, that you are not alone, and they're here for you. Very clearly, they're showing that you are never alone. They're surrounding you all the time. And they want you to know that, the heavy burdens that you might have been feeling, or the burdens in your heart, you can just set down those burdens. Just set them down, drop them down like they're weights you don't need to hold on to anymore. Or you got them in a backpack. Take the backpack off and just set that backpack down. That's what they're showing me. Just set it down. You don't need to go forward in 2026 with all that. And they're showing me that you're going to come into a new perspective in 2026. And it's a path of understanding, deep understanding and wisdom, coming from everything that you've gone through and everything that you have been creating in your life. It's the path that inner knowledge, that wisdom that you hold, and that's what they're pointing to. Realize you're not alone. You never have been. They're with you right now. So you can just talk to them. Pretty soon, if you do that, you'll start hearing that thought voice. You'll hear them talking through that voice that is you, but it's not something you would say. It's them having a conversation with you. So Connie B, they love you tremendously and are sending you so much love. So thank you for that question.
Oh, I'm muted. I said, very nice, Val. Thank you very much.
Thank
I'm
you.
just talking away. Okay, that's me. Okay. All right. Anybody who's next?
I'll do SFW.
Okay.
Get the right cards out real quick. I'll be finding full-time work this year. I'm hearing yes, but it may not be until mid-year before you see full-time. I don't know if you're working part-time right now or not. But whatever it is that's coming in, it feels like you may start out part-time for them to get an idea of your work ethic and how you do before they move you into full-time, or before a full-time position actually becomes available. I got completing a cycle. So that could be that moving through the part-time to get to the full-time. And then I got strength is needed. So regardless, you have to just hold on to the strength needed to find the work and then stick with it, even if it's maybe not exactly what you want to do, or maybe doesn't have quite as many hours as you want. But sometimes just getting your foot in the door is half the battle to get started with. And then a choice will be made. So I think at that point, you might be offered one or two positions out of that, and you get a reward for your effort. So I think if wherever it is you can get in, or if you're already somewhere now, if you continue to stick with it and do things like, volunteer for weekends, or offer to cover somebody else's shift if they, call in sick or something, or stay late or come early. I mean, employers notice things like that. And a lot of times when they're looking to upgrade somebody's position, they will look back on the prior year and see, how did this person do, blah, 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 blah. So he says, be brave and deal with it. So again, I think you're going to be, like I said, even if you start out part time, stick with it, and it's going to go into full time. So that's what they're telling me. But I feel like, yeah, you're going to find something. It's just not going to be like next week. It could be a few months from now.
Okay, great.
And that's what I'm getting.
Great.
Can I do seashells 1111?
Sure.
Okay. They are still here, and I've asked. May I read for you? So, marriage or a move? Let's look at the idea of a marriage. Okay. Huh. All of the things that you hate when readers do when they turn over cards and you can't see them. Huh. That's interesting.
Yes.
That's interesting. Or-
Wow. I've
No,
never
I'm
really thought that. And so, entertainment purposes only. Do I see marriage for you? I got the lover's card.
Ooh.
While it may not be an official marriage, it may be an opportunity for you to build a really hardcore relationship and some sort of a partnership with someone. I'm actually getting part of it may be, you've been working on this. This is the magician. You've been trying to manifest this, make it happen, make it happen. You've been putting yourself out there, so to speak. Not saying it like that, but here's the other cool thing is I got the Queen of Swords for you. The Queen of Swords she's definitely in control. She knows what she wants. She is extremely intelligent. And by the way, never underestimate the Queen of Swords. She will cut you so quickly, you will say thank you. And then 2 weeks later, you will go, oh, that's what they meant. You're really very intelligent. Do not settle for anything that does not make you ridiculously happy, or that you haven't given it thorough, your deep thoughts. Now, with that does come a bit of warning. Sometimes you can get too caught up in what the other person is feeling, and think about it in the sense of what's coming towards you, and how are you going to respond. And by the way, get out, and if this is definitely a marriage, get out and do things, have some adventures. And I actually love this. It's like you can't control what life throws at you, but how you react can change the outcome. How are you responding? Part of this is an opportunity for you to look at a relationship differently. It's not one person and the other. You've created a third. You've created this couple aspect of it. and how both of you are looking at it. You're engaged, so it is with the partner I have. Okay. Is it with the? I'm going to say you're going to have to take a little bit of time to make sure that all of the things that you're seeing are what you would like to continue to see. I'm going to put my human resources and trainer hat on. Past behavior predicts future behavior. People do not change overnight like that. What I am also seeing, I'll just put this out there, okay? If it were somebody younger, that's okay. That enthusiasm, have some enthusiasm about the relationship. How does it make you feel? How does it make the two of you feel together? So, and the move, I mean, I got another queen, the Queen of Wands. If you want to move, make sure it's a move that's going to make you very, very happy and going to establish you in an environment that's going to foster your spirituality and your creativity, something that you want to make sure you enjoy waking up there and it gets you excited. So that's what I have for you. Thank you. That was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Lover's
nice.
card.
Yeah.
Very good. So, is anybody dying to take that last question there?
Mhm.
No. Okay.
I will.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I had a mouthful of cookie,
Yeah.
as I was saying.
You're entitled. You're entitled. Go for it.
Perfect.
Oh, I'll put. Yeah. There we go. I'll put it up.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Dibs. What will happen next? Dibs, if you give in to that sense of wonder every single day, like Gerald said earlier, look for the glimmer. Look for the things that make you happy. Acknowledge them when you see them. Be grateful for them when they come up. And that's what you're going to get. That's exactly what you're going to get. Block out chaos. Concentrate on what makes you feel good, what brings joy into your life. Things that come in that do feel like they're chaotic, like there's this doesn't resonate with me, this doesn't make sense. Let it go. You can acknowledge it. You can say, oh yeah, that's the news today wasn't as fabulous as I thought it was going to be. That's okay. Let it go. You can observe, don't absorb, right? Just, yeah. Vehicle transport. If you're, there is something that is going to be moving for you. So whether that is either getting a new vehicle or maybe possibly a move, but there is something with vehicles, something with you moving forward. And it could also be too that it is your spiritual journey is getting more active, for lack of a better word. There are challenges ahead, but challenges can either be, oh God, not that again, or, ooh, okay, here's something new that I can try. Here's something I haven't done before. I'm going to find opportunities to say yes to more things that are going to fulfill my life. And then last card, expect miracles. So if you want to be in that joy, if you want to be in that sense of wonder, make that your focus every single day. and expect that you're going to see miracles, that you're going to see things. Oh, I just had a family Jeep throw its drive shaft. Yeah. Okay. There you go. So yeah, you can manifest what it is that you want. You want joy. You want to be happy. You want to be filled with wonder every single day. Concentrate on that, and the universe is going to provide you with ample opportunities to be grateful for them. There you go.
Great. Thank you, Marina. That's really great. Is anybody up for one more? Are we done? Feels like we might be done.
Are we done? Okay.
Yeah, I think we're done. Guys in the chat, you have been so wonderful, and thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for your super chats. Thank you for the confirmation when we do readings for you that it hit or that you got something out of it. That's really, really helpful, really important to us. Because although we are in service to you, we also need energy back, just letting us know that it was a good reading or this was wrong or whatever, but we need something back from you.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever, and just a word about giving service, it isn't about just giving. You should always get something back. It's not going to be money most of the time. Most of the time it's going to be the response from the person, or it's not even from that person. You're just getting things back. So being of service does not mean that you live in poverty and that you never have anything at all. It can mean quite the contrary. It can mean that you're living a very, very full life because you're living in the flow of what you're meant to be doing. And not everybody's meant to be in service, and not everybody's meant to do readings like this for people. But I do feel very strongly that for 2026, we are going to need an awful lot of light workers helping an awful lot of people who are stepping up to this arena and coming into it going, whoa, what's happening? Thank you, Gerald, very much. Yeah, that's
Glimmers.
really, really true.
Be somebody's glimmer.
Yeah, be somebody's glimmer. And I just want to go around and tell you how phenomenal all of these readers are right now. So anybody who's watching this, if it's on the replay or if you're still here in the chat, I just want to let you know that you're watching some of the best psychics I have ever worked with. The best. I mean, not just, oh, they're nice because they're my friends, because frankly, I can't stand them. No, I'm kidding.
We love you too, Colleen.
Yeah. But let me just go around and tell you how awesome they are. So Gerald does like these amazing shows where he explores so many different things. He's so eclectic in what he does, and you can learn so much. If you just go over to his channel, Tarot Stash, subscribe, and just take a look at the types of videos that he puts out, the types of shows. He brings people on that otherwise you may never trip across. And he comes at everything with a really loving heart, very generous with all of his information. I mean, go check him out. It's really good. So if you're not familiar with Gerald, I want you to go get familiar because
learn a lot when you watch Gerald.
Yeah, absolutely, you do.
It's very kind.
And Marina is an amazing channeler, an amazing medium, an amazing reader. And she's also very, very generous. I know that she gives back to her membership, and she's got, you probably do too, Gerald, right? You have memberships?
Not yet.
No, okay. I wasn't sure. But Marina's channel is it's growing in leaps and bounds for a reason right now, because she has phenomenal gifts. And you heard her readings, very detailed, very gentle, very loving, but very to the point. I mean, she's really going to answer your questions for you. So if you haven't been to Heart Centered Tarot, you should go. Okay, let me take a drink of water.
Thank you, Colleen.
You're welcome.
That is very kind, very generous.
Now, Sherry, Voices from the Swamp, she also has a variety of very interesting shows that she does. She does her slumber party show on Saturdays. She does a show with, what's the guy, the mental health professional that you do the show with, Sherry?
Oh, we were doing like a mental health type show, but he had to drop out due to his job. And so
okay.
now I'm doing usually once a month, a healing show with Trish Campbell, who does the ribbons and wax candles. She's also a phenomenal healer. And
Wow.
it just amazes me how she can just see somebody's thing and chat and boom, and she's got it. So
Wow. Oh, that's
she's
amazing.
really good. So
Yeah. And Sherry, I have watched Sherry for the last couple of years, and her gifts have just exploded. She's phenomenal at picking up messages from people who have passed, and you, the client, and her readings with tarot are just amazing. And as she has said in the beginning of the show, she has probably a couple hundred decks. So you're going to get lots of different variety from her. But Sherry is also a very giving person. She helps a lot of people do backstage work on YouTube, which is uber important. I am frankly just so lame at the backstage work that, I'm bad. I ignore the chat routinely and I make jokes about it because I'm just so bad at it. And Sherry helps me a lot with that stuff. But she also helps about 16 billion other people, which I don't even know how she has time to do shows. So she is of service in numerous ways, not only to giving you guys readings, but also to us, which is just a phenomenal gift. And you guys traded places, so now I'm going to talk about Kathy. So Kathy is an astrologer and a tarot reader and a phenomenal psychic, and I've known her for about a year now. We live not too far from each other, and we just have a gas every time we get together. It's really fun, and we're both, I think, really grateful that at this stage of our life we're making new friends. Yay! Yeah. Like we haven't shut down that part of our life. It's great. So we get together and we, blah 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 about astrology, but we also just get together. Now, her channel is one of those channels where there is 16,000 things for free that you can get from her. She also does a variety of shows. She does Om Times Radio. She does, what is it, Celestial Compass? Is that on Om Times?
That's on Om Times. Yeah. Twice
And
a month.
there's another thing, another platform that you do stuff on too, isn't there? Is it just Om Times and YouTube? Is that basically it?
Right, and I've got a Patreon
Mhm.
which has smart ass daily forecasts that are like 45 to 60 seconds long. Seriously, that's a challenge. Yeah,
Yeah.
and my site. Yeah, and I have my. I mean, I have a branding issue. I have a South Node in Gemini. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, but you do a lot of stuff that people can get for free in addition to the stuff on Patreon. So go check out all of her freebies, and I'm pretty sure after about 30 seconds you're going to sign up for her Patreon.
that's okay, Kathy. I'm a Gemini too. I get it.
I love that Gemini energy. It's great. So yeah, so you're going to see a lot from Kathy in 2026. She usually comes on with me at least once a month. Most of these guys are on with me once or twice a month. So you're going to see all these guys with me as well. And then we come to Val. Val, I love you. You are my sister in the Akashic Records. I love this whole thing with you. And Val is the person that I send people to when they need to connect to past lives, but also Akashic Records when they want to enlighten further up their path, when they want to take their journey a little higher. That's the person that I always send people to, and I've sent a lot of people to her. She's an amazing reader. She's an amazing tarot card reader. And she's an amazing teacher as well. And her and Gerald have hosted a whole bunch of classes that are very reasonably priced, but also just really good classes. And I can't go through all of the topics because there's just too many, but I've taken a lot of them. She also does stuff with Arthur, Ease Your Mind, who's also a phenomenal medium. And I can't say enough about all of you guys, but thank you, Val, for being my friend and being on here.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Colleen. Colleen, you're like a master astrologer of extraordinaire. I mean, if anyone wants to know what's coming up, get an astrology, the whole entire package from Colleen. Colleen is phenomenal, and you can really see what's coming up for you in the next few years. I mean, I live by that reading that you did for me. It's just outstanding and really gave me a heads up for a lot of things. So I mean, but Colleen has wisdom that comes out of every pore. I mean, when she
Yes.
talks, it's like, what? She just said, we need to write that down in a book. And she's just talking, but she's just filled with wisdom and information. And Colleen's readings and everything she offers on her website, oh, go check it out, because she has a phenomenal website. And thecoolcrone.com, you can't miss it.
Thank you.
And she has memberships and all of that good stuff. But yeah.
Colleen's okay.
Yeah. I mean, Colleen,
I'm kidding people.
She's a phenomenal channeler, reader. She's everything extraordinaire. Yeah, but the astrology is just phenomenal, how she interprets it. And yeah, everybody can do a chart, but she takes it to the next level. I don't know, Kathy, I'm sure, is phenomenal as well, and a master astrologer, which is why they hook up so well.
Yeah, Kathy's my astrologer. So
Yeah.
I think when you're an astrologer, that's pretty high praise. You know, when you go
I
to
appreciate that.
stuff, you got to do that.
And Colleen's another one that does a variety of shows of all different topics and different avenues that she flows down, depending on who she has on and what the focus for that show is. It's really, you can't miss, because there's something for everybody somewhere on the channel. Yeah. And I would say for everybody sitting here, there's something for everybody in some way, shape, or form on all of the channels, because we all do a lot of similar things and a lot of very different things. So, you know,
and last but not least, we all do personal readings. So for all of us, if you subscribe to our channels, you'll find the way to connect to us. If you do want to get a personal reading, you really should. And I will just hawk the astrology for a little while. This is the time of year when you want to get some kind of a forecast for the coming 6 months to a year. It will really, really help, you know, especially if you've got issues coming up, if you're planning a wedding or changing jobs, or just in your career or business in general, or just negotiating the you know, shoals and narrows of a family life. Doing an astrology reading and getting some information that way is very, very helpful.
Very.
So, you know, that's Kathy Beal is Empowerment Unlimited, and my one is the coolcrone.com. Oh man, I cannot speak anymore, so I think it's time to sign off. So
I just want to clarify, mine is empowermentunlimited.net. Like safety net. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. Thank you.
No, because you got .com. I don't know who it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So thanks everyone. Have a wonderful 2026. And we're going to sign off now. So see you later. Bye.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye,
everybody.
Bye.